you ready to discover who you came here to be? Welcome to the Human Design and Astro Club podcast. Human Design is a system and a tool that is here to empower you and show you your greatest potential. Come learn with us and discover who you really are. Welcome to the Human Design and Astro Club podcast. This is the podcast you've been waiting for. Hey friends, I'm Krystle, 1-3 sacral generator, vessel of love, rising Capricorn, Sagittarius sun, and Aries moon.
And I'm Leah. I'm a 2-4 splenic projector. I'm an Aquarius sun, Taurus moon, and Libra rising.
Yay!
We did it.
Leah had to review that for a second. We have changed formats once again, a little different, and we're going to change you guys again soon. So get
Stay
ready.
tuned.
I'm a generator, so we do things in stages and steps. I would love to just redo everything all at once, but timing is a factor with us lately. So here we are. Welcome to the program if you are new here. So let's talk about the program if you're new here, because you might not know, or if you just need, a refresher. Like, who the hell are these bitches that are coming on here now bi-weekly? Okay. And yes, I do curse. There's an explicit little category there for me, not for Leah. It's for me. So the program, we live in an assimilation. Okay. This is a giant movie that we live in, almost like big TV show. I think of the Truman Show, I feel like is the best way to describe this.
Yes.
Okay. And so each week we are tuning into new episodes. What is this week's program? What is the theme? What is the topic? Is this a thriller? Is this a comedy, a dramedy? What type of energy is being distributed from the cosmos, from the neutrinos into us. And that is the program. The cosmos are programming us. We live in the matrix, and it's actually the astrology, really human design helped me really be able to pinpoint and see this. And it's one of the major reasons why we do this podcast is because your conscious side of you in human design, if you look at the black lines, right, and all those black boxes on the right-hand side, that is what's actually connected to your astrology. And that is what the program is that's connected to the mind. If you're watching the transits, it's all going to be based on the personality. So that is the program. And we are being programmed by the cosmos. They are the gods. If we want to talk about, they are the gods. They are the ones that are really it's almost like we're little marionette dolls, and they're like, now do this and now do this. And the thing is, and the reason why we do this podcast is to bring awareness to that, because once you have awareness around the program and how it is impacting and influencing you, then you can make aligned action moves. You can take aligned action for your day, for your month, for all of it. And really, I look at the transits as the cheat codes of cosmology. They are literally the cheat codes to really being successful on this material plane. And I empower you and desire motivation. And that is what I'm here to do for people. And then we have Leah, who's the cross of the 4 ways projector. And we both have defined G centers. We're really providing a lot of progression on how to really capture the essence of each of these weeks. And so that's why we're here. We really want to make sure that you guys are being correct for you. And so this is where we talk about the collective of what's going on, and you can personalize it. And if you hear me call out what's our focus, I'm talking about the sun gates. Okay. And when you hear me talk about what's grounding you and supporting you, I'm talking about the earth gates. And it's the sun and the earth that are programming us. There's 70% of the neutrino stream that's impacting and influencing us. I hope I didn't lose anybody here, but if I did, just listen to it again And each time you hear this, and as we go through, things will sink in, things will make sense. And I'll tell you, if you want to take things to the next level, then you will join us in the cosmic community. And doors just opened on June 1st. If you're listening to this, maybe you're listening to this before. Doors open for the cosmic community June 1st. They will close on the 3rd. We open them every month for new people to join, and we'll dive into a little bit more detail on that towards the end of this episode. So definitely stay tuned, because I'm going to be telling you one of the biggest game changers for the month of June and why you're going to want to join us in the cosmic community to hear about that. So I'm going to stop talking for a second. Hi, Leah. Sorry. It all just like had to come out. I had to get that out.
No, it's great. I took a couple notes because I wanted to use some of that for some other stuff that we're working on. But I feel like for me personally, like the transits have really helped me understand how to use the energy and like when to go, when to do things, and when to like slow down and maybe not force myself into doing stuff. Like if it feels more of like a rest period, then I know I can slow down. If it feels like I can use that energy to like, I don't know, maybe social media content create, then I can use the energy to start doing that. And I think that's important, especially as a projector, like to use my energy wisely. Like I'm not forcing myself through, pushing myself through saying content create, like post on here, do this, do that, like push yourself through everything. And instead I'm just like, feeling that out and feeling what it feels like for the different energies, like whatever the transit is that week or that day. I look at it on my phone, or I'll look at it in the Program Plus calendar that we make, and I'll be like, oh, okay, this makes sense. And I feel how this feels different, as opposed to like pushing through or like resisting that energy. I'm able to kind of like notice it from the outside, which is cool.
I really, because I look at it as this is like the cosmic current, right? And it's neutrinos. They come in waves. They enter into our system. We've been talking about it in the variable intensive. Super important parts of the variables is actually the neutrinos. And it's like when you can understand how to ride almost like that cosmic current and come into your unique flow state, like you can actually enter what human design gifts you, and that is passenger consciousness. That's what human design is here to do for you. It helps you get out of the mind and come back into the body, but you do want to have awareness on how the mental structures are impacting your everyday lives.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that's one big thing that the cosmic community that we have right now have learned, is that like you can kind of like surrender to form and like, oh, when this happens, I can shift over here, or I can do this, or I can take aligned action in this way. And especially like, I like that you brought up the non-sacrals, and even more so the reflectors need to be listening to this stuff. And I know we have a reflector in our group, and she's told us in our cosmic community, she's told us that this has really benefited her just knowing each week what's going on, because we talk about in detail in the cosmic community the actual program for that week, and we travel together. How does this connect to you, like through a hanging gate, or are you getting the hanging gate that's in the transit, or are you getting a full channel? It makes a huge difference. It makes a huge difference. And it literally changed my life. And because I felt like I was just like this all the time. And also apologies, I don't have my hoodie on. I thought it was, I meant to tell you this before we got on. I thought that I thought it was clean, and it wasn't. And this was the only thing I had. I should have maybe just put on our other t-shirt.
Okay.
I just realized, but you
It's all
have
good.
my Holy Aloe.
I'll represent us.
Yeah, that's the program. They will make new shirts and hoodies and all that stuff, and all my like witchy stuff that I want to create. Or just I have like Leah. I've already told Leah. I said, do not. So whatever I say to you in these next few months, that now that we're approaching summer, can't believe it, but here we are. I'm like, do not let me tell you that I'm making anything new. That like we have, and what we already have going on that needs to get done is a lot.
Yeah. It's plenty.
Because don't forget, we still have the fractal family framework that's
Right.
that I'm making in these next 2 weeks as well.
Yeah.
That also needs to go out,
All
which
kinds of
are
stuff.
variable intensive people. You guys get that shit for free. So,
Yes.
well, it's included, I guess. I don't know.
I know. We
Whatever
had
way.
such a fun time in the variables intensive. Like I learned so much from everybody who was there, just hearing like their experiences, and like I'm super pumped to have
Yeah,
had everybody there and like do it again. It's going to be
this was
killer.
the best. If I was like, I sat with that actually the other day, and I was thinking about all of it, and hopefully you variable people are listening to this right now. But I could not have asked, to be quite honest, for a better everything, for a better launch. We got full booked up for that intensive in less than a week. And we even let in an extra person. So we had 11 people, and like they're like directly on a fractal, and like they actually wanted to learn and
They're
like
hungry.
apply, not just
Yeah.
learn, because I'm not that person that's like, here's a bunch of information. And then like, okay, have fun. I
Bye.
can't do that. Like full body, I cannot do that to people.
Yeah.
So the fact that these people came in fully invested to change and transform their life. I just wanted to let you know, any variable intensive friends, mad scientists that are listening to this, I love you so much. I've cried about you guys. I've been calling in you guys for a long time, and this couldn't have been a better outcome. I'm actually disappointed that it's going to be
That it's
over.
over.
I
Yeah.
like that's what I'm like, the fact that I'm like, oh wow, we're done here.
Yeah.
Um, but a bunch of you are in the cosmic community, and hopefully also you'll be renewing for this next month because a bunch of your memberships are up for that. But I couldn't have asked, just all around, could not have
Yeah.
asked for a better group of people.
Hmm.
But we've been pretty busy uh doing that, building
Hmm.
our other things, trying not to, for me, not allow myself to put any more on my plate. I have a secret project I'm working on that now Leah also might get involved in as well. And we'll let you guys know about that. But most likely, like, I see whatever with this thing that I'm building right now, the first one is just the very beginning. Like, I have a very strong feeling this is going to get a lot bigger. And the people that I'm working on that with, that they're like all in for you to be involved too. I told them the other day, and they're like, oh yeah, that makes a lot more sense to have her do that. And I was like, yeah, it just came to me. I was like, how are we gonna, like, we just needed, we needed the go-to person. I was like, of course, projector, the projector that you can trust,
Yeah. Get my organization skills in mode.
Oh, I'm giving you a clipboard. Like, that is like my dream for you to have.
Can it have
I've
like
envisioned this for a long time, actually.
can it have like sparkles and my name on it
Yeah,
and
you need to have this
dazzles?
the pen
Yep.
with the little like little little thing at the top, or like a creature, or like there needs to be something with that, or like a little fuzz ball or something, like, I don't know. But like, you're gonna get all the things, and maybe even like you need like a visor. Like, I need you to everyone's
Oh
like,
gosh.
what are you talking about? I'm working on a huge secret thing that it's going to start off very like, it's already like they're already trying to make this, I'm like, bigger for the first one. It's an event, guys, an in-person event. That's all I'm going to say. It's an in-person event. Um and they're already trying to like add all these. I was like, listen, guys, I know that I haven't done like too much in-person things, but you're going to regret a lot of the things that you're trying to do right now.
Mm,
Let's save that for if this works out, the bigger
mm,
one. Cause this is like
mhm.
I'm like, you guys, this is one day. Okay. Like, we don't
Yeah.
need to pack that many things in for a one day. And then I was like, oh, should we give them goodie bags? I was like, maybe I'll make was like, maybe I'll make them all like my little potions and everybody gets to go home with a little potion.
I love goodie bags.
Yeah. I'm like, what if we did just a little goodie bag? I don't know. It just came to me like yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm like, we'll talk about that. And like, maybe you can help us make the goodie bags and stuff when you get here. I don't know, but it might be for 50 people. Is that a lot? I feel like it's like my wedding.
No, that's awesome. Yeah.
Um, and I know that it'll be 50 people.
Mhm.
It's going to happen. It's going to happen. The demand is here for what we're trying to build.
Yeah.
So I have no doubt in my mind about that at all. Like online, it's hard. Like I've realized like with doing more in-person stuff lately, um, that that's where my energy really shines.
It does. Yeah.
There's such a like wall,
Barrier.
like there's a barrier with online. Like
Hmm.
people don't get full access to that energy. And I'm really bubbly and loving in person. And like people just like actually once they get into that, and like especially when I'm doing human design stuff, like people are like, oh my God. I was like, this is what people do. Like they
Yeah.
actually are interested. This is a thing. And I'm just like, but I'm also like, wow, that's a lot. You guys need to, they're all, I'm like, maybe the barrier was good.
It's a fine line.
It is the
You
fine line.
like want the
Like,
people
careful
there,
what
but
you
you're like,
wish for.
right, you want them there, but once they're there, you're like, is this too much or is it?
I'm like, yeah,
Yeah.
where's the balance here? I
Yeah.
might be doing also, so I'm doing that spiritual fusions again. I think
Hmm.
I'm going to do more than 52 readings unless I might also be doing a lecture.
Ooh.
So they're moving to the community college because they're getting so big than the center that they were at before this. So now they're adding lectures. And so I had
Cool.
asked her if cause that's what I do. I was
Mhm.
like, I really would love to do a lecture if there's any openings for that. So there's two potential people that are ahead of me to get the slot. If they don't do it, then I'm in. And I saw her also last week, the Itha, she runs spiritual fusions. She's a manifesting generator. I'm like, I would need to hire a manifesting generator to do this with me if I were to do what she does, because it is a lot. Like she has vendors, like so many vendors, and then she has all these readers, and then she has all the freaking people coming in left and right in the door. Like this place gets crowded.
Yeah, I'm
And
sure.
then now she'll have lectures.
Cool.
And she does, and then she doesn't just do our area, she also travels to Tennessee. She does them in Tennessee, and then she also does them in South Carolina. So
Wow.
this she has a very large audience all over. That's why. And like she also wants to do a similar thing that we're doing. So there's a lot, like everything's just kind of like circling me right now. And I'm
Mhm.
just like, okay, I guess we'll see what happens. Just
Yeah,
keep going.
it's cool.
So I'm
We don't
very
have any stuff like that up here, or I'm
um,
not even in the bubble of
yeah, I'm sure there
that.
might be something around somewhere because I mean, you're not,
Yeah.
but it's like it's heavy here.
Hmm.
It's like this is where the freaks are. Okay. I literally, like I did this purposefully and I was called here. And that's what a lot of healers and mystics that I've been meeting for the last few months specifically, they all keep telling me they were called here. A lot of them just recently came around the same time that I came. It's not a coincidence. And like supposedly, I mean, who the hell fucking knows? But supposedly these mountains are like quartz crystals, and that's and energetically there's like a vortex here. Like
Hmm.
when you come, because you haven't come here before, have you?
I mean, I've driven through the state, but I haven't
Yeah,
been
you haven't
to your
settled
area.
yeah, you'll feel it when you come here. It is, and everybody should come to Asheville, North Carolina, by the way. There's a vibration that is in this space. Like also like Sedona, Arizona, like they have a vortex there too. Like, over and that like if you think about like a lot of the major cities, Like there's vortexes in a lot of like, so like LA, right? New York City,
Mm.
like a lot of the big cities, I think have a lot of vortex, or cities in general. So there's some sort of vortex surrounding it. We won't get, I'll go down a weird place, and we're already doing it, but I'm going to stop myself from going there. Do you want to tell anyone an update on your shoulder?
Oh, yeah. Well, sorry I wasn't there with you last week. Had an awful night the night before you recorded, and I was like, I can't do it. I like could barely even get off the couch. I've been sleeping on the couch. My projector body is like loving it, but my shoulder is working on it. So I had shoulder surgery on the 8th, and it's been a process healing. I actually have like, I don't know if this is getting like too in depth, but I'm fighting off an infection. I'm on antibiotics, and it's the interesting way that I figured it out, which could have been, anything. I was also paying attention to my incisions to making sure they weren't like gross, but we did a new moon circle live in our cosmic community, and we did our sigil, and I carved it into my candle, and it was like, I have a healthy and healing shoulder. And I lit it, and I took a video, and it only lasted an hour, and it went out all by itself. Wow. It didn't even burn the whole candle. And so I messaged Maureen, who was doing like our candle magic stuff. And I was like, what the heck is happening? She said in our group, she was like, it's probably energetics. There's a lot of like stifled energy going on right now, because hers keeps going out too, her 7-day one. And then I go to my doctor, my surgeon, and I was like, I think that something's going on. Like, this doesn't look right. And he was like, oh yeah, I'm going to put you on antibiotics. I'm like, the candle told me it wasn't ready, to finish its cycle. And I was like, wow, that makes so much sense. So I'm not going to light it.
It was the infection.
Right. There's a block there. So I'm not going to do it again until I'm done with this cycle of antibiotics and see if it stays lit. And maybe I'll use like a different candle, or I'll use, something different.
Yeah.
But I'm interested if I use
another candle. I would make a whole new candle.
Should I use another sigil?
I'm an expert now. Okay, listen, Leah. After we did our workshop, I'm now Maureen's going to listen to this and be like, yeah, fuck up, Krystle. But I am also really good at rituals. That is part of me,
right?
So I do understand this like intuitively.
Yeah.
But what I would do, if you want to take my advice or not, is I would get a completely new candle. Mm-hmm. Like I would thank the candle that you currently have, maybe a little kiss, and toss it and just throw it out. And then I would get a new candle. I would dress that candle, like go all out. Like it's time to go all out. Okay. Dress the candle, get a carrier oil, like either avocado oil or jojoba, or, any, like there's the list that we did for the workshop, right? Yeah. Go through that list, pick one of those, and then pick some herbs and maybe like how Maureen was talking about, like putting like some honey on it to sweeten the deal, maybe. And like also what'd she say to use coffee grounds?
Oh yeah, speed it up.
Yeah. And maybe pick a different herb, like you could do like lavender, like I have here, or I have dandelion roots, really really good for like if you're trying to bring in abundance. Mm-hmm. So look at different herbs. I think we have a list. Did we put a list for that? I think we have a list.
Yeah, I'll have to go through the video. Yeah, I think so.
Or just go intuitively too. Like sometimes, like I bought these. I was telling you about that one magic shop that I go to for the herbs, and like I was walking by and they had red sandalwood. And I was like, I need that, like just go intuitively and pick some herbs that feel good. Or even like you can even dry out some roses. That might be good. Maybe you need to put some love, dry out some roses and put the dried petals and dress the candle with, if you want to get a real big candle. Or you could still do it with the tea light, just a smaller version.
Okay, I'll try that, because I'm definitely it was just interesting how those all kind of
Well,
played out. And
I mean, people don't realize like that magic exists
yeah, I was
and
like,
that
what?
like, I mean, I showed you guys my candle in my stories. That was some crazy.
That thing was
That was
insane.
literally I wish I would have just like put up like a GoPro or something and just like let it show you guys the entire process, because the
Yeah.
flame was lit. If you guys are watching us on YouTube, I'm going to show you right now how big the flame was. No fucking joke. Leah will confirm. It was this big. The
Like you would
actual
have,
flame. The
if I had it on
actual
my
flame.
shelf, it would have lit this one on
It
fire.
would have lit the shelf on fire.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm also a kitchen witch. Okay, guys. My
You loaded
environment,
that sucker.
I'm energetically like, and I felt so the strangest thing, because I had never done a sigil before. I've only done petitions, you know.
Mhm.
Um, I I felt energetically the generating that was building in my body up to my throat. Like I felt like, and I can feel it now just talking about it. There's like a tingling feeling that happened, and it was like expanding. I can't even put it into full words that
Yeah.
what was happening and just doing the sigil part. And we do fun stuff like this, guys, in the cosmic community. This was a little bonus gift
Hmm.
we gave to the cosmic community last month. Was we invited one of our members to join us, because she does candle magic. She was Maureen, who did the workshop with me. I was like, I am not an expert on this, but I really want to do it right. And so I would
Yeah.
love, especially with being a third line, I wanted someone to do it with me for the first one.
Hmm.
And that show was powerful. I
Yeah.
I'm kind of afraid of myself. Really, like I'm
Yeah.
I'm afraid of, and the
I'm
fact
interested to see your next one. Like if it
I
does.
don't Maureen's like, can you do another, she gets high from this stuff.
Yeah, she's probably like
She
ready for
gets
you to.
off. She gets off on this. I'm not kidding.
She
I
totally does.
because I was, she's like, she said to me, she goes, can you do another one? She goes, can you do another one the exact same way and also film that one and show it to me? And I'm like, okay. Um,
Yeah.
find the time. Um, it's a lot, but also it's a lot of energy you're inputting into that ritual, which we're going to talk about. Actually, rituals are coming in. This is actually a great conversation to be having, and maybe something you guys want to consider. Rituals are coming in for this next week. Rituals is going to be a huge theme of the first week, because it involves the full moon and also, the program. It's like in the actual program. So since we've been talking about rituals, I mean, I just like, I didn't, it just kind of, the conversation just happened that way, but it's because that's what we're in. That's,
Yeah.
or at least that the energy we're going in. We're in the past, guys. So we're not in that energy, but actually we both have those gates that we're talking about right now. I have the full channel. Leah has the actual gate. And so that's like literally like just a big part of our lives.
Yeah. So you can kind of see how that, like, we were talking about how the transits play out. Like, that was like a real life example of,
Like just accidental. Just
yeah.
like not just, I mean, I know we're always kind of like talking about like our rituals and stuff like that, but like this is it's the theme of this week. So that's the
Mhm.
theme of this week, is rhythm and rituals, and really aligning to your frequency. That's what rituals help you do. They help you come back into alignment. So, and we'll get into more about that when we get into the actual full moon, which I'm like, oh shit, it's full moon Sagittarius.
Mhm.
Like if you're a Sagittarius or a Sagittarius moon, my generator, he's a Sagittarius moon. That kid, like I think he's gonna be a traveler. Like I don't know. And I mean, he's also a passive mountains. Like I think that there's a nice harmony there with being a Sagittarius moon, or even anyone has Sagittarius in their big three, and then um being like oh my god, and being a mountains person. Like I think that's why I like attract a lot of mountains people, and why I birthed two mountains kids is because I'm a Sagittarius.
Could
It's all
be.
about height.
Yeah.
It's it's the arrow that's being shot out into the unknown.
Hmm.
So I do like being on top of mountains. Like I like to try to get to so I'm also a rising Capricorn. So there's a little more combination with that too. Like I can pull, I'll just keep going and I'll start pulling more things, but
Yeah.
we'll be here all day, be doing stuff like that. But yeah, I really do like height. Um, but I do need to feel safety because I have a defined spleen.
Right. Right.
I am also terrified of heights. Like I
Yeah.
love them and I'm terrified of them all at the same time.
Yeah. Interesting.
Do you like heights?
No, no, I do not. It freaks me out. I think I get a little wobbly, but I mean, I guess if I was like in a car on a mountain, then I would be fine. Like if I was driving up instead of like,
Oh, you like that. I don't like that. That's to me,
you know,
that's
like driving. I feel like
not up a
that's more
mountain.
safety for me, but
Oh, that okay. But okay, then I have a question then. What about what about if it's like a narrow road and like you're
no,
okay? Because
no.
that literally terrifies me.
Yeah,
Terrifies me.
like when I see, I don't know, there's shows where they take you to other countries and they have like, there's two cars and they're supposed to pass each other on these like muddy paths on the side, or like seeing mountain goats like climbing on the side of mountains. No, that's not okay. Mm-mm.
No, thank you.
Bridges. Mm-mm. No.
Oh my God. It's just and like I swear, North Carolina, it's like they need to like the catchphrase needs to be living dangerously. Because their roads are awful. And
Yeah.
like it's like they tried to make them as narrow as possible. Now I won't get into this, but it is going to play a factor in the stupid fucking RV park. We'll be here for 3 more hours if I talk to you guys about that. There's no update on it. I'm actually going tonight. After Milo's on a field trip right now and he's getting back late. And they're like the only beautiful thing about this is that the whole city and even other cities, nearby cities, are banding together to try to help us.
Mm.
Like we're raising funds. I don't know how many lawyers are involved now. It's like turning into a really, really big thing.
Wow.
I don't, but it's like everybody's coming together to support each other. So it's as awful as it is. Like, I'm just hoping, like, with all the support that we're getting right now, that we will be able to beat this. But it's making me like appreciate this actual community and like
Mm.
the space we live in and this house. I'm just like the thought of all the stuff we built to get here and it to just turn to shit. I just like I can't whenever I go to and I allow myself to go to that place. I'm like, okay, everything can get taken away from me. This is part of my cocoon with being a part of my correction this life with being a Taurus North Node and South Node Scorpio. And this is kind of the theme that happens with that is things get taken away. But I also know that every time something gets taken away, something beautiful comes in its place.
Mhm.
Not all at once. But wherever I'm supposed to be, I will be. I will fucking go kicking and screaming. No fucking joke. Hey, I'm not high and holy. I'm not trying to say that I am. I will go kicking and screaming, and you guys will hear every fucking second of it. I will make sure you guys know about it. Or I'll cry in the corner by myself. I don't know. I have the gate of extremes, so it's hard to tell sometimes which direction I'm going to go. I'm also a non-emotional, so I never know until I get there.
Yeah.
Emotionally, and I'm also in an emotional transit right now. So, hi friends, Krystle here. New year and new you, and boy, do we have some new tools for you to help you transform your life into the one you have always dreamed of. We have some new ways for you to connect with us outside of the show. So we have a free guide on tips and tricks to honoring your strategy and authority. We also have a language manual to your true self to help you understand the key terms in human design, and how to apply them to reading your human design chart and also to your life. And we are so happy to announce doors are now open for the Cosmic Community, which is a no commitment or 5-month commitment package to connecting with us over in our private Facebook group. You will have the chance to connect with Leah and myself each month with our premium episodes through our Program Plus monthly forecast. There's also weekly aura energy updates, weekly tarot card pulls connected to a human design gate, monthly market shares for fellow entrepreneurs to share their work, and exclusive bonus content you will not be getting anywhere else from us. Come join the Cosmic Community to understand how to utilize the transits to your advantage and have a safe space to learn, grow, and connect. And we also have our children's class called Nurture Your Child Through Their Design. And our most popular classes are our variable mini classes, which are bite-sized, self-paced audios and guidebooks on the first 2 transformations. And if you want to stay connected with some education and love from us, join our email list and check out our website, which you can find that and every offer I just discussed down below in the show notes. Thank you so much for being here, and I will see you over on our next episode. I guess this might be a good segue to just be like, let's just dive in. What is the first week going to be about? This is the week of the full moon, just so everybody knows. We'll get there in a moment, but let's talk about the beginning of the week. So this is for the week of May 29th. Okay, just so everybody knows. Leah also has in the show notes timestamps if you guys need them. So we kick off on Monday with a focus on our voice. As we have been going through, which is no coincidence with this happening in Gemini season. Also, I forgot to mention the last time we are in Gemini season. I think everybody knows at this point. I was like, oh shit. Like I keep forgetting little important things. And I was like, oh yeah, it's fucking Gemini season. No wonder everyone's a fucking chatty Cathy. Okay. And why we have all these throat gates coming in right now. You know, it's all connected. But yeah, there's a lot of chattiness right now with all these energies. There's an excitement with this frequency, with our focus of this week that really wants to ask you, what are you good at? And how do you want to experiment and express that skill? That's going to be the focus of the beginning of this week. Okay. As you know, we travel through different programs. We're at the end of an old program right now. Or like the middle of, more so. So how do you want to experiment and express this skill? And what's going to help support that is what grounds you. And this is the concentration that you will need to nurture and care for that skill. Okay. The earth is always going to support the focus. So how do you want to nurture and care for that skill to be able to properly develop it? And what response do you have towards this unique gift that you are here to almost bring to the table? Okay. Maybe it's something you discover during the eclipse season or during Mercury retrograde. Maybe it's an old skill you completely forgot about. And now that you are hearing me talk about this program, all of a sudden you're like, oh yeah, you feel inspired to take aligned action in some way with a skill that is just like waiting to come out. We all have unique skills. So which one do you want to share right now is the question. This will be about focusing, considering all aspects of these details that are popping out at you that have been through this last week. So then on Thursday, on June 1st, we move to a new program. And so this is going to be an important one because this is going to involve the full moon. So pay attention because you're going to hear me talk about this in a few different ways. Okay. So we kick off with an emotional surge, which is really going to be in for the whole fucking week because it's connecting to to the sun. So we got it for about a week. I'm going to lose my mind as per usual because now I'm going to be in two emotional waves. And this one and the one that's connecting to me because it connects to my core wound always fucks me up. So get ready for a lot of crying in my stories because that's usually how I deal with this shit. If you're interested in watching me cry in my stories, or maybe I'll turn it to power, you get to watch me transfer to personal and power. It's always a good time. So we're going to have an emotional surge for this week, okay, on our experiences and really allowing ourselves to process and express these experiences. We've gone through a lot. You got beat the fuck up during eclipse season, right? So now it's like, what the fuck have you just been going through? And we've been going in and out of this emotional transit, thanks to Neptune. Thanks, Neptune. And really pressurizing us to go through this growth spurt. We're all going through some sort of growth spurt, all in different ways personally. And I've been talking about it with a few of our cosmic community members about this in the group, the growth spurts that everyone's kind of been going through. And it's going to really help us truly be able to experience life. That is the whole point of this freaking channel. I want you to experience. I don't want to experience. Okay. I want to just be. Just like, can I just float? How do I do that? So we start the beginning of June with some heavy emotions. Okay. And we'll discuss more of that setup in the monthly program plus. It's going to be a big deal. So I want to talk about it in the program plus with the cosmic community that officially reopens on this day, on June 1st. So June 1st, we enter into an emotional surge, and we'll discuss it in the program plus. And we'll be doing a live on June 1st in our private Facebook group called the Cosmic Community. And we'll be doing the monthly program plus. That's how we do them. We do them in lives. So if you'd like to join us for that, June 1st is the day. Okay. And we'll discuss more towards the end of the podcast. So what's our focus with this new program? It's going to be our expression of our feelings. Nothing that any of the non-emotionals want to fucking do, because feelings are yucky to us. Okay. All the emotionals are like, I'll talk about myself with my feelings if I'm open. And we'll go to the deep end of the pool. I like to say us non-emotionals are in the shallow end of the pool on the steps, like first step. Okay. With our swimmies on. Like we have our floaties on. Sometimes we get brave and we go swim out to the deep end and we look down at the bottom of the pool and we see all the emotionals down there I don't know what the fuck they're doing down there. They're down there at the bottom of the deep end of the pool. I don't know, screaming, crying, laughing. I don't know. They're all three at one time. I don't get it. Okay. I mean, I get it more now, but I don't want it. Is more what I want to say. So we've been going in and out of this emotional transit. And so really allow yourself to say, how do I want to express my feelings right now? So how have your past experiences led to this progress? What is the progress of your feelings? I don't know. So where is your growth? This energy wants to ask you, where's your growth? What are you eager to change? Okay. How do you want to progress? And what's going to help you do that is what grounds you. And this is your routines. Now, remember this part because this is going to play a factor in the full moon. Okay. In order to progress in life, we must put certain rhythms and routines in place to do that. So this will be a good time as we are approaching the full moon, because this is going to be involved, a good time to maybe change up some routines. What routines need to go? What new routines need to start? We are getting ready for summer. So a great time to maybe make some summer plans, maybe plan some vacations. I have done, and I think this will be when I plan my next one. I'm realizing. So maybe, get weird and switch up your breakfast routine. I don't know. Get creative with the way you want your days to go, and the way you want things to kind of shift gears. So then June 3rd and 4th, depending on where you are in this world, okay, you will have the full moon Sagittarius. This is when full moon Sagittarius is happening, June 3rd and 4th. So this will be all about, as I just was talking about, rituals and routines is what's going to be activating this particular full moon. So how do you want to expand your rituals? Sagittarius is a mutable fire sign. Full moons are all about completions, period. All about completions. It's a completion of where you were 6 months ago during new moon Sagittarius. Okay, so think back to that time. What seeds did you plant during that time? Because you are about to complete them during full moon Sagittarius. And maybe you've gone through a full rhythm of cycles for the last 6 months that it's finally time to say, we're done. So that is going to be the activation of this full moon, all about releasing old routines, rituals, and rhythms that are no longer serving you and welcoming in a new. So we are still going to have that emotional pressure during this full moon. So you might be feeling some heavy emotions, okay, with this full moon. You might be thinking back to your past 6 months experiences that you've gone through and really allowing yourself to release. So as Leah and I were just talking about with the rituals that we did for the new moon, right? We're going to do similar stuff, but in more of a completion setting for the full moon. And we also do moon circles in the cosmic community. So get ready, cosmic community members. We'll be doing another one with you guys. And that's going to be the energy of this week. Really letting go of old routines and rhythms that are no longer serving you, that it's time that they've expired. Okay. There's an expiration date on these, and really allowing yourself to release them. So that's going to be the energy. And think of Sagittarius, as I was just talking about. I'm a Sagittarius sun. I have 5 fucking planets in Sagittarius. If you want to see what the fuck a Sagittarius looks like or what the energy of, just watch me. Okay. Which I'm always afraid to say, because I am here to be the observer. And I also have an open throat, but I am also the gatherer on my kitchen's environment. So come gather around if you want to see what a Sagittarius really looks like, or the energy or expression of, because it's fucking me. It's that bubbly. It's like when I'm in full Sagittarius mode and I'm not in my like 1-3 pessimism, which I do a lot. But when I'm in full Sag, it is very bubbly, very expansive, because that's the energy of Sagittarius, ruled by Jupiter. Okay. So how big do you want to like expand out these new potentials of you? What needs to be put back to the earth? What needs to be shot off? The arrow needs to be shot off into the unknown. All these questions to ask yourself during full moon Sagittarius. Okay. So is that it that I want to say for the first week? Yes, that is it. So let's move on. So now we're going to move on, because we do bi-weekly episodes now. We're moving on to the second week. Okay. So let's discuss the second week of June. Okay. So this starts on Monday, June 5th. This is where we are now. Okay. Which is the end of the current program we discussed, and the end of, the completion of full moon Sagittarius. We're still feeling it. It's really the first 3 days of these cycles, of these moons, new moons or full moons, that you really feel the fullest expression of the energy of. Okay. So June 5th, which is the end of the current program we discussed. So what have you learned in regards to your progress and routines, might be a question to ask now that we've completed the full moon for the beginning of this week, with the focus being on our voice and expression, while we are being grounded in the response of these new routines and rituals. Okay. So Wednesday, June 7th, new program. Okay. We're switching gears again. So what's our new focus? Can you guess it? Can you guess what it's going to be? Our fucking voice. Okay. We are just stuck in expression, guys. That is our focus. as I said, we're in fucking Gemini season, chatty Cathy's. That's all of us just want. I cannot stop getting DMs, emails. I'm like, this is just, everybody wants to talk to each other right now. There's so much happening up through here. My open throat's like, what is happening? What am I speaking through? I don't know. So we're just stuck in expression. Okay. So all the open, undefined throats really need to be capturing. This is talking about taking aligned action, as we were talking about at the beginning of this podcast. When you hear these and you have that center open or undefined, I'm going to always pinpoint where what it's being expressed through. So we're talking about throat gates here, guys. So all the open, undefined throats, huge opportunity for you to be able to capture the essence of these frequencies. With having a lot of direct connections to these gates and channels lately, for myself, I can feel the power in my voice when I speak. So I invite all of the open, undefined throats to do the same. And this goes the same for if we talk about another gate that's attached to a center that maybe you have open or undefined. It's an opportunity, and maybe you're experiencing a full channel of connection through it, so you have an opportunity to really capture it. These are the ways to utilize these frequencies. Okay, see where they're connecting in your chart. All right, so this new throat focus is on directing the resources that you've been creating when we were in Taurus season. Okay, so really this helps you create these new resources, this past month, to discover your gifts right now. So who are you going to share your resources with is going to be the question for this new program. And what's going to support you and ground you is your heart, your ego strength, and the memories that can impact and influence others. That's how this program works. It's about directing the resources to the right people that you've created over Taurus season, and then really being able to influence them through that strength of the heart. Okay, that's the energy of this program. So how are you going to sell your resources? I'm excited for this because we have things that we've been creating, and I was like, oh shit, we're going to capture this. I'm fucking riding this energy because I have both of these frequencies hooking up to me, and I'm ready. So if you are an entrepreneur or in business in any possible way, this is your program. Okay, listen up. Everybody, pause if you're not fully paying attention and come back to this part. If you are a business owner, an entrepreneur, or maybe like you're in a high position in a company you work for, or you know what I'm saying? Something in regards to this, pay attention. This is your program to organize and properly distribute your resources. Maybe you created a new mini summer offer. Maybe you're about to open up your summer reading schedule for clients. Maybe you created a new product that's ready to be shared. Or maybe this is just your week to truly get your shit together. Okay, I'm talking to myself when I wrote that part. And how you are going to reach your audience. So, just so you guys are aware, I know we've been talking about this for a little while, and I've been in the works of creating it. This, I think, is the week that I'm really gonna something's going to come of this part. So we have a new framework for business people that can also be used in relationships. So I'm going to show it in two different ways for this framework. It's a double whammy because I am a kitchens and every business is a relationship, right? And every relationship is tied to your self-worth. And so we're going to show you in our fractal family framework class how to connect to your audience. Reach and find the right people, because we have been connecting directly, as we just talked about at the beginning of this episode, to our fractal family. And this is how I did it. This offer that I'm creating for you guys, this is how I did it. And also doing this with love in relationships so that you don't stop wasting your fucking time. Okay. How much time do we waste on relationships and also business endeavors that maybe we're not connecting to our actual fractal, meaning our actual people? Your fractal is your people. Okay. So stop wasting your time speaking to the wrong people. This will save you a lot of heartache. It has definitely saved me a lot of heartache in every possible way. And that's what we have going on for the next 2 weeks. So I just wanted to drop that there because I was like, maybe it's either going to be created or launched during that time. But I know all like the business owners and entrepreneurs said, what did you just tell me? You can tell me, like literally show me a direct, I'm going to be giving you guys direct steps. This is my secret sauce. Okay. My kitchen's environment. I always bring it back to food for some reason. Not on purpose. It's like totally accidental. But I've created a secret sauce and I'm about to give it to you guys. So it's either being created and launched this week or get ready because it's coming. So that's the majority of what's going on for the 2 weeks. And also, just so everybody knows, especially the people that are going to be joining the cosmic community for the month of June, we're changing nodal gates. I will be discussing this in the program plus in depth. Every time we change to it's every few months, okay, that the gates change in the node. So we do have a huge opportunity in those periods of time to really understand and capture the background frequency of the essence of how we are growing. That's what the nodes do. They show us how to grow. They show us how to move. They show us what direction to go in. And so we will be talking about that in the June program. Plus, I cannot stress enough, you're going to want to join us. Every single person, and we'll also be sharing in our emails, every single person that has been with us for the last 5 months and the journey that they've been taken on with us and how much our group has helped them, we're going to share it with you because I could have not asked again for a better group of people than the people that are with us in the cosmic community. If you need support, if you need a safe space to express yourself, if you want to have a deeper understanding of human design, astrology, and tarot, you join us in the fucking group. So June 1st, doors open for the cosmic community. It is a transit focus group where you get a full month of how to take aligned action. It is a recorded and also a live version that we go live in our private Facebook group with the program plus. And then we also gift it to you for you to keep for life so that you could, like, sometimes you're like, what the fuck happened to me in June? And then you're like, a lot of the people in the cosmic community say, I go listen to the old ones, or we did our yearly forecast. They go back and listen to that one because you will have memories and understandings of your patterns and why you do certain things. The cosmic community can literally change your life. Everything we do is here to change your life. I don't put out shit, as I was talking about. I think we were talking about this before we got on here, Leah. I'm like, I don't like to just give information. And I think I might have mentioned it also while we've been talking on here too. I don't like to just give information. There's so many people that do not understand how to integrate this information. And I'm so tired of watching just like a bunch of this. This is all I see. I'm going to give you actual tangible steps on how to make your life better. Do you want to make your life better? Join us in the fucking cosmic community. Okay, I'm done talking.
Amazing. So I'll talk about tarot for the 2 weeks. I pulled a tarot card and an oracle card for each of the weeks, marked them off so I don't have to sit here and try and find the pages. But like they flew out of the deck and they're so accurate, and that's just how it goes now. They just like fly out the deck. They're like, talk about this. So for the first week, what did we say that was? May 29th. I pulled the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is connected to the solar plexus. And we have that emotional wave coming through at the end of the week. But I feel like this really represents celebration. You can see the family is like looking up to the sky, this giant rainbow. The 10 in numerology is like a completion phase. It's the end of something that you're completing and celebrating. There's 2 kids that are dancing down at the bottom. And, this is really a great time to, I don't know, I guess see like what goals you've reached, or see what you've done and what you've completed, or how you're feeling more complete inside. Or maybe you've like just closed out a huge thing at work and you're feeling like success for yourself. It could also have a lot to do with like relationships. Like, are you feeling secure in your relationships right now? And, we also have the opportunity to kind of just, celebrate yourself, celebrate whatever is going on in your life, and creating like a safe space for yourself, creating a safe space for, say in the cosmic community, you want to be in a place that people are here to support you and to hear you for what experiences you're going through, and then learning about the transits and how that can support you too, and have us give you the information to help support you and grow and expand, like a rainbow, like it just expand out and expand your aura or whatever that feels like for you. So again, the 10 of Cups relates to the solar plexus, and it's about like happiness and fulfillment and success and celebration. Then I got play. And this girl is like sitting in like I don't know if it's champagne, but it's like a nice little glass. It looks like she's maybe taking a bubble bath or doing something that's fun. And it says, have fun, celebrate, and don't be so serious. So stop taking life so seriously. Your spirit needs to have some fun. The more you play, the more inspiration will follow. This is like generator. Like, you guys just help us, remind us to play. And take some time out to do something without being attached to the outcome. You are being called to rest and to play, to learn and to have more fun. Do something that makes you laugh, the best medicine around. Call up a friend that you can be silly with, take your inner child on a date. The more you switch off your mind, the more room you have for your spirit to whisper and guide you. When we do things without being attached to the outcome, ideas, clarity, guidance, and solutions have the space to drop in. The left and right hemispheres of the brain can begin talking to each other. They make play a compulsory part of your day. Schedule it in. Spend more time doing things just because you love to do them, just because they bring you joy and light you up. If you follow what lights you up, you will light up the world without even trying. So for when you are feeling lit up, you are in your spirit. And when you are in your spirit, you fall into the flow of life. So ask yourself this week, how do you want to play? What do you want to do to have more fun? What things light you up? And if you have been working really hard lately, now is the time to celebrate how far you have come, for all that you have achieved. And don't rush into the next thing. Take a moment to throw a party, go on a vacation, or have some fun, which I feel like really leads into like the energy of the next week with the full moon and the energy of the rituals and routines. Which then I pulled the Magician. So this is for week 2. This is for the week of the 5th, week of the 5th. So the Magician is all about creation. It's a very kitchensy kind of card, and it's in the sacral center, which I was like, of course it is, because it has to be, because that's the energy that we'll be in right now. You'll see on the table here for the YouTubers, there's all of the different symbols from the minor arcana. So there's the cup, the pentacle, the sword, the wand. And he's also got a selenite stick that he's holding up, and the infinity sign over his head, which is like allowing this abundance, allowing this creativity to come in. And maybe this is like confirmation to create some sort of ritual. Gather your things, gather your stuff, and create that ritual so that you can bring in more, whatever it is that you want in your life. And this could be creativity, it could be relationships, it could be success, it could be new ventures that you want to try and do, vacations. It could be, whatever that you want it to look like. Maybe you want to try something new, like painting, or getting into some sort of art form or creation, or just starting this new little fun project and see what it feels like, and use that to kind of like experiment with over the next few weeks. And what was the next one? So I don't know how to say this, but I'm going to say it as best as I can. Mintakan, 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 and it is longing for home, a belonging, and the original light workers. So this is something that you can use as like an energetic affirmation kind of for this week. And I'll read that at the end. There's like a little quote at the end of this. So Mintakans are a group of soul beings who originated on a planet in the constellation Orion, and they were the first star beings to travel to Earth and believed to be the original light workers. The Mintakans' home planet is thought to have been a water world with water so pure that you could see it for miles. And I'll show you the card again. All the blue, like it goes on forever and ever. Beautiful. So for this reason, Mintakans feel most at peace and at home when in or around crystal clear water. They are here to teach us to see the potential in everything and the light in all beings. Many Mintakans have an odd longing for home. I feel like that's kind of Aquarius-y. And struggle with feeling like they don't belong. It is thought that this is due to their home planet no longer being in existence. If you feel pulled to this card, it could mean that you are a Mintakan or you are longing for a sense of belonging, and the root chakra healing is necessary for you to feel secure and safe. So perhaps you feel this longing to find a home without even knowing where that is, and perhaps you feel you've been moving around a lot and yearning for a place on Earth to call your own. So if you are being called to connect with Mother Earth and create it for yourself right now, choose where you feel most at home and create it rather than waiting for the feeling and belonging to come. So the transmission for this card says, I allow myself to be truly here and at home on this planet. I release grief around not belonging or feeling held, and I call in the perfect home. Which, like, join us in the cosmic community. We'll be your home. We'll be there to support you and accept you for exactly who you are.
Yeah. I feel like that's what the cosmic community would say if they were with us right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, this is a time to find your people.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like, I mean, I've said this before, and I'm not going to get into 2027 because we'll go on this will end up being a 10-hour episode. But we're running out of time. We're running out of time to get to the right space. Our environment is going to be imperative after 2027. And so if you feel called to find your home, this is the card that's the invitation that you need to do that. And maybe it is physically, and maybe it's also like you need just connection. And if you do need connection, as Leah said, join us in the cosmic community. We literally, our keynote for our friendship channel of the Channel of Surrender is literally support. That's what we do. We're here to support people and provide heart where you need just a little bit more courage to maybe be yourself, or to make moves, or to be inspired to follow your dreams. The cosmic community is for anyone that is ready to feel not only supported, but ready to change and up-level their lives. So ready to surrender to actual passenger consciousness. So, and if you have any questions on the cosmic community, people ask us all the time. Don't hesitate to DM us. You can DM me if you want to talk to me personally on Journey Through HD. You can DM our combo account, which is Human Design Astro Club, or you can DM Leah the Splenic Projector. You can find all of that down below in the show notes if you're interested in connecting with us, or you can email us as well if you want to just email us, or just join us and you can talk to us directly in the cosmic community.
Yeah.
So we hope you guys have a great 2 weeks. We do have a bunch of educational episodes that we will be spitting out. So just make sure you're subscribed to this podcast and also to our YouTube channel. Also, new Human Design Diaries will be out as well this week. Yeah, everything's coming. Everything always comes out. So the first week of each month, we put out Human Design Diaries, which you can find on our YouTube channel. It's basically like, sometimes it's a lot of me crying on things happening for the month, but it's literally for you guys to be able to see what is it like to live as your design. What is it like to live as a generator? What is it like to live as a projector? Who the fuck are these girls? We're showing you how we're living our designs, like how human design plays out in our life, and really being able to connect the dots, not only for ourselves, but for you guys too. So if you would love to see our Human Design Diaries, make sure you're checking out our YouTube channel. And there's a lot coming out. So make sure you are also subscribed to our email list as well, because you're going to want to be in the know about a lot of stuff we have going on.
Yeah.
So have a great 2 weeks, and we'll see you over on the next one.
Thanks for listening.
Bye.
Bye. Thank you for tuning into today's episode of our podcast on the Human Design and Astro Club. We hope you have found the information insightful and useful. If you enjoyed the show, please consider leaving us a review and sharing it with your friends and family. We love to hear from our listeners, so feel free to reach out to us with any feedback, questions, or suggestions for future episodes. Until next time, thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.